Welcome to another episode of Gaming and Performance. I'm your host and I'm back with another video. This time I want to show the importance of knowing what your 1% lows are and what your 0.1% lows are so that you can gain a better gaming experience, not only in gaining the smoothest gameplay you can get, but also get more consistent latency input from your mouse, keyboard, and controller. So let us get started here. Now, I have two things on the screen here. One of them in the background here is Process Lasso. You may still be able to get it for free. I don't know if it's still free nowadays. I haven't checked in a while, but I found the importance of Process Lasso and using it to do some things that allow me to remove processes from Windows off of Core Zero. Now, why is that important? Because the games we play are more reliant on Core Zero than ever before. Games like Far Cry, Modern Warfare, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Spider-Man, etc., Forza. These games require you to use Core Zero. If you try to remove Core Zero from those games, either the game won't operate right or it won't start at all. And doing so will just defeat the whole purpose of you trying to create a better atmosphere for your game to breathe without it competing for processing time through other applications that Windows likes to run while the game is running. You're just not going to be able to stop it, but this is one way to slow it down. It does help improve performance, the smoothness of the game, and also how you use your mouse and keyboard and controller. Now, what I'm showing you here to the right is MSI Afterburner. It's another application you're going to need to use. And what this does is you need to set up the use of the 1% and to 0.1% lows. And you do that by going into the setup here from RiverTuner Statistics. You can go down, scroll down here, and you need to click on Enable Benchmark Mode. Once you do that, you're going to also need to change percentile buffer from unlimited to ring only if you do not see on-screen display provide you with the 1% and 0.1% lows. If it does show you that, you don't need to change this to ring, but if it doesn't show you that, I would suggest changing this to ring, going ahead and using the 1% lows. Now, there are tutorials out there on how to set this up. This video is not about setting up a tutorial to how to use MSI Afterburner. I would suggest you do a little bit of research on that to know how to set this up, get the on-screen display to show up, how to get the things you want to show up, such as frame rate, frames per second. So let's move on. Now, once you've done that, you're going to need to find the sweet spot of your game. And that is, at what point can you get a decent frame rate in the game that will mirror your frames per second with your 1% and 0.1% lows. Now, I've provided a video on the benchmark run of Modern Warfare 2. I'll show you exactly that, but it's usually around 10 to 20 frames per second of your 1% lows. So you can use that as a starting point on where to cap your frame rates. You're going to use RiverTuner Statistics to cap your frame rates. All right, so I'm going to close out of here, and you're going to pick a game, and you're going to cap your frame. You're going to use the frame rate limiter and cap your frame rates right here. And once you do that, you're going to run the game and see if 180 works and see if your 1% and 0.1% lows are within 5 to 10 frames and doesn't budge. It stays, doesn't fluctuate. 5 frames per second is more ideal. You can tweak it however you want, but you want to stay within 5 frames per second, in my opinion, for a better gaming experience. Now, I'm going to show you a video on that example alone to give you an idea of what I'm talking about and to show why I use RiverTuner Statistics Server to achieve that goal so that you have an understanding of what's going on. So I do thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Friendly shotgunner servicing target. Sable 1, launch confirmed. NTB is inbound.